Welcome to this pick a pile for the full moon in Scorpio. I hope that you are well and I hope that you have a really blessed full moon. Let's get stuck into this. This is a pick a pile, okay? So pick pile one, two, or three. So if you want to, you can feel free to press the pause the video and take a couple of deep breaths and just feel which one feels best for you, one, two, or three. You can also feel free to watch all of them and see what messages resonate with you. Okay, so we're going to start with pile number one. I've already pulled a few cards, but I'm also going to pull an extra card as well for each pile. So pile number one. One word I'm going to say, which might be a little annoying to hear, depending on where you are and what your experience has been so far. But the word that's coming through for you guys, pile number one, is patience. Patience, and to get comfortable in the patience, okay? To get comfortable in the waiting, to get comfortable in the pause, to get comfortable in the not quite yet energy, okay? There is something coming through though for you guys. What that's really important to know, that victory and success will be yours. Okay, victory and success will be yours. You will get like a slam dunk, okay, is what's coming through here. You will get a slam dunk. But at the moment, it's like a not quite yet energy. Not quite yet energy. So if you're feeling really frustrated with that around this time, then it might just be a good idea to see how you can release that with the full moon. Okay, so whether that is, or yeah, like to see how you can release those frustrations, but also to maybe shift your focus a little bit. Okay, sometimes when we're waiting for something to come through and we're waiting for to see our results, we're waiting to receive the reward, or we're waiting to hear the news, like whatever it is, we're waiting for maybe some exciting news. We can get so fixated on that, and we need to sometimes shift the energy a little bit. So if you want to shift your energy to focus on something else, it could even just be as simple as like go and cook a meal from scratch, go and read a book, go for a walk, like just do something to just shift the energy a little bit within you too, knowing that this pause at this point in time is exactly how it needs to be, exactly where it needs to be. There are things still aligning behind the scenes. There are things still coming together, being put in place so that all of this can being put in place so you can receive. Okay, thank you. So being put in place so you can receive. So there's things happening behind the scenes. This is why it's taking a little longer. And why do I put that in quotations? Because everything is in divine time. Spirit's like, it's actually, when it comes in, it's going to be right on time. But the human self can get really frustrated with that, which I get it. I've been there myself many times before. But it's important to know that there is like a slam dunk, okay? You will succeed. There will be success. There will be a great outcome, I'm hearing as well. And you will be victorious as well. And also, like learning how to get comfortable with sitting still whenever necessary. Maybe you're someone that is like go, go, go all the time, or you finish one project, thank you. Like you finish one project and then you want to start a new one straight away, or you reach a goal and then you're like, okay, on to the next goal, and you're not giving yourself a break there to integrate the experience, to process the experience, to really sit in that, to maybe really celebrate yourself and to enjoy that moment before you move into the next. So that is you as well. The guidance here is like, hey, like pause for a moment and sit in that stillness before moving on to the next thing, okay? And especially if you do allow yourself to do that, by the way, you will receive information. You'll be open to receiving new information about what the next steps will be. And that'll most likely just come through from your intuition, okay? All right, pile number one, I'm going to pull a card from the Heal Yourself deck. We're going to see something that will either complement these cards, okay, add a little bit more to them, or if there's something that needs to be released. So we're just going to see what comes through here for pile number one. Okay. Pile number one. One thing I'm going to say to you is say what you mean, do what you say. How you do anything is how you do everything. Okay? Say what you want. So yeah, well, actually, I just said that. So yeah, okay, we'll take that there. Sometimes things come through where it's like actually just take that. So say what you want. What is it that you really want? People can't be mind readers. Keep that in mind. But also just stating out loud to the universe what it is that you want. Okay, maybe even use that around this full moon. It's very transformative full moon, so it's also a great time for releasing if you need to release something or someone. I'm hearing maybe someone from the past needs to be released, situation from the past that needs to be released, but bringing it back to say what you mean and do what you say. Okay, you do that, but also make sure that if someone is telling you, right, like I'm going to change, I'm a better person now, like things are going to be so different, but you're not actually noticing the change in behavior with time, like you're not noticing any change whatsoever. You're not saying that the word, like you're not seeing that the words match the action. Then you're going to just, if you continue with that situation, then you're just going to end up disappointed again, is what I'm hearing. Okay, so boundaries are important too, but also just using your discernment there. The other thing is how you do anything is how you do everything. Feel free to write that down and have a look at your life of like how you do anything is how you do everything. How you take care of yourself is how you're going to be able to take care of your home or whatever. Like this, we can put that all around to everything. Okay, but how you do anything is how you do everything. For some of you too, it's like you could be waiting for a romantic partner, waiting to meet someone, waiting to feel like you've met your soulmate or soul family. It could come down to something platonic, like you want to meet soul friends, you know, like real true friendships, but also maybe this is romantic connection. It's be patient. Be patient. Sometimes spirit has this plan of like if you met the person, okay, that like you're meant to be with, if you met them at a time that they weren't ready or you weren't ready, then it's not going to work. So sometimes there really is a divine timing to things. There really is a divine timing to things. Know that it's coming in. But get very clear on what it is that you want. Also getting clear on your values too. Creating your top 3 to 5 non-negotiables when it comes to your values. Writing a list of your values, looking at them, put them in a top 10, then put them in your top 5. Your top 5 is going to be your non-negotiables. Okay, so and you can put that to all areas of your life, but especially in romantic connections as well. If there is just such a misalignment with your non-negotiable values, save yourself further disappointment. Okay, that's all I'm going to say with that. But look, if you are waiting for a really beautiful divine connection, if you are waiting for that, it's just be patient. It's coming. If you're waiting for a new opportunity, be patient. It's coming. If you're waiting for a breakthrough in business, be patient. It's coming. Okay, be patient. It's coming. And also just learn to get comfortable with sitting still whenever necessary. Learn to get comfortable in rest. Learn to get comfortable in just taking a break. Okay, that can be sometimes when some of the best ideas and breakthroughs come. Okay, so give yourself that time. But victory and success, it will be yours. I'm seeing it. The slam dunk, okay, the slam dunk. So that is pile number 1, blessed full moon, pile number 1. Hope those messages resonate. Feel free to let me know in the comments. Okay. Pile number 2. Pile number 2. Okay. You could be really feeling overwhelmed with choices or overwhelmed in decision making, like almost having too many choices or too many options. That has got you overwhelmed. It's like maybe if there's a lot of ideas going on in your mind and you're trying to pinpoint which one you should go with and you're feeling overwhelmed with that as well. The message there is to stop overthinking and just do it, okay? As long as it feels good to you. So I always say use your discernment. This is a general collective, it's not a personal. But so stop overthinking and just do it. I am here. Okay, I think this is just like a little reminder. There might be just a few of you watching this that are going to resonate with this, but step away from the computer screen for a while. Okay, making sure you're taking those breaks. Making sure you're taking those breaks. Okay. There is a reminder here that when it comes to having multiple options or multiple choices, not every good choice is going to be a good choice for you. Not every good option is going to be a good option for you. Not every great offer is going to be a great offer for you. So, whatever is presented to you at the moment or in the coming days, the coming weeks, it's important to make sure it is really good for you. Okay, make sure it's in alignment with where it is that you're wanting to go. But I am also getting here, if you're feeling overwhelmed, you're just like, it's like you're trying to make a decision, or you're just like, oh, do I do this or don't I do this, do I don't do this, like, stop overthinking. Okay, the guidance here, stop overthinking. It's going to put you into a period of feeling stuck. Now, a breakthrough that's coming with this full moon is the breakthrough in the mind. Okay, so that overthinking, that overwhelm, maybe stress, energy, or feeling stuck, there's a breakthrough coming with that. One thing that could be really beneficial for you, pile number 2, is to write everything down on a piece of paper that is just needs to be released, or it's in your mind so much and you're overthinking, or just do a complete brain dump, right? So just write everything down, get it all out of the mind, all out of the body as well, and then burn it, of course, if it's safe to do so. Interesting. Okay. If you don't put yourself out there, if you don't put yourself out there, how do you expect Okay. If you don't put yourself out there, how do you expect to meet someone? If you don't put yourself out there, how are you expecting to meet someone in the form of like networking, okay, to further your career? Or if you have a great idea, you've been working on a project, working on a business idea, whatever it is, creating something, maybe even it's artwork, right? It's like something, there's some sort of project. If you've been working on that and yet haven't released it yet because you're overthinking it, it's like if you don't release it, like you're never going to experience your reward. There will be a reward in the effort of doing and then releasing. There will be a reward that comes from that. Now, it might be a stepping stone to a bigger reward down the track, or it might be a big reward with just this. But whatever it is, it's like you can't experience that reward, or move on to the next step, into the next chapter, into the new beginning, if you are staying stuck and overthinking, if you are like not going to put yourself out there or not going to release it. If you are in that energy though of overthinking it and you're not releasing something because you've got a little bit of that perfectionism energy, okay? So thinking it needs to be perfect, thinking it has to be like completely, well put together, everything has to be perfect. It's like stop and release. Everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to work out. There is a very beautiful, abundant energy around this right now. So if you have an idea, stop overthinking and start doing, start creating. If you've been creating something and you know it's time to release it, it's like just bloody release it, just do it. If you know you need to go to an event to network, go and do it. If you know you need to put yourself out there to meet new people, including potential romantic partners, go ahead and do it. Okay, there will be reward for stepping out of the comfort zone. There will be reward for putting yourself out there. Okay, what feels like maybe putting yourself on the line. Okay, but it's like what I'm hearing is it's not that dramatic. So it might feel like that, but Spirit's like it's not that dramatic. It's fine. Like it's just putting yourself out there. It feels scarier than what it actually is, and then when you do it, you're gonna be like, oh, that wasn't so bad. And then you're going to be out of that stuck energy, so that then the fertility, the abundance, the energy of those things can grow in that space. Okay, so you can actually experience the growth of the abundance and the fertility energy if you actually step over that line. Okay, so step over the line. Okay, anything else here? Okay, being 2 in the mind as well. So a lot of overthinking, a lot of stress, a lot of fear-based illusion, okay? So in other words, thinking that, like, having the worst case scenario thinking, okay? Thinking that the other shoe is going to drop, waiting for the other shoe to drop, thinking that it's going to be catastrophic, that catastrophic thinking that some of us can have, which tends to be a trauma response, okay, from past situations and experiences. But if that is you, what that does is it creates like a block energy, or it creates what feels like a block, but it's really like stagnant. It's just like it creates a slowdown in the energy. In order to shift that and move it to create more of a flowing, free energy, okay, it's going to require you to go ahead and just do it anyway, like I said. But also, that's easier said than done. So if you are in that what feels like stuck and freeze like mode, then doing something to help your nervous system. So good things for when you're in freeze can be like massage or acupuncture if you're comfortable with touch, okay? But also other good things that can be done is like breath work, meditation. I know there's some people aren't the biggest fan of that, but I'm telling you, it's great. It's great. Doing something to help the nervous system, okay, to help the nervous system. But Spirit's saying if you put yourself out there, or you finally put this thing out there, you're going to be rewarded for it, okay? And there's so much beauty to be found in the experience of putting yourself out there, even if it doesn't maybe have the complete outcome you expected. There's still so much beauty to be found in it, and it leads to new opportunities. It leads to new levels of confidence. It leads to new levels of self-worth, okay? Which, when you have high levels of self-worth, it's very easy to manifest. Very easy to manifest. Don't forget to nurture yourself as well, okay, with this full moon. But let's see here. Let's get one from the Heal Yourself deck. So something that we can add to this, or something that pile number 2 needs to be released. Please, Spirit, what needs to come through here. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, no, they want that one too. We've got 2. There might be some of this that's required. The inner child healing might be needed for this full moon. So if that resonates with you, go ahead and take it. If you've been feeling like you aren't putting yourself out there, like we've just been talking about for ages, then this could be because you're afraid of rejection, you're afraid of abandonment, you're afraid of not being good enough, all of that. Where does that come from? That's the inner child coming through. So nurturing this energy, nurturing the inner child, giving yourself that love, that nourishment that maybe you didn't, that was lacked from childhood, okay? Or just giving yourself that will help, But we also have help from above, okay? Remember that is there. And if you've been feeling stuck in your mind a lot, and you've been like, where is the help? Where's the breakthrough? All of that, again, it's coming. It is coming. And then we also have wild. The wild card actually speaks of like putting yourself out there. It says you're going into what feels like wild territory, right? Like wild waves and into the wilderness. And that can feel scary, but Spirit's like, do it anyway. Do it anyway. Because why? Because Spirit's got your back. The universe is there. Your spirit team's helping you. Your soul is guiding you. Your higher self is there to help you. Don't forget, you have your intuition. You have your own inner compass. Access that. Okay, but there is help. There is help in the unseen realms as well. You might just have the lantern, okay? But Spirit's like, that's all you need right now. Trust. You're moving towards exactly where it is that you need to go. You can trust that. Working with the color red here as well, that's like working around your safety, working around your sense of security, your sense of stability, feeling really grounded and centered. So with this full moon, doing a grounding meditation might be really beneficial for you, or going out in nature and grounding your energy can be extremely beneficial. But just working on your own sense of security and your own sense of safety within your body, so that then you feel like you can get out of that freeze mode. And you can just do it. You can just put yourself out there. All that stuff we've been talking about. Okay, pile number 2, that is the messages for the full moon. Feel free to let me know in the comments if that resonates. Okay, we're going to move into pile number 3. Sorry if you can hear the dog barking next door. Apologies if you can hear that. Okay, pile number 3. Oh, pile number 3. I love this for you. Oh, first thing I'm hearing is the stars are aligning. The stars are aligning. The stars are aligning. There's fresh, brand new beginnings, okay, coming your way. You may even be experiencing them already or feeling the energy of it approaching. But there is fresh new beginnings coming your way. It feels like a really passionate energy. It feels very, it's hard. It's like your inner fire. It's like your inner fire. It's like you're sparking something new. You're being Okay, you're like seeing the light. You're seeing the light. You're understanding something. It's this, the stars are aligning and it's coming together. There's a fresh, brand new, passionate beginning. There's also a lot of creative energy around you at the moment. So how do you want to use this creative energy? What do you want to create? And I don't just mean like physical things like art or to make something with your hands. It can be that, but also on like, what do you want to create in your life? What kind of relationship do you want to create, whether you're single or with someone at the moment? What kind of life do you want to live? What kind of career, business, okay? How do you want to show up in the world? How do you want to create, like, what's the connection you want to create to yourself? The connection to your spiritual practices, your connection to your spiritual beliefs, and, all of that too. So much in there. I feel here as well that this new spark of energy is going to bring in a new level of confidence, which feels really strong and really beautiful here. A lot of, yeah, like a lot of new self-confidence, a lot of new self-confidence. Feeling really good about yourself. It's like there's like a little pep in your step, okay? It's like you're feeling good. It's like I'm seeing someone like skipping down a street and it's like all these flowers are around and it's just a beautiful flourishing energy and you're feeling better. You're feeling confident. It's like this could very well be like a wish fulfillment. Now, am I saying that a wish fulfillment is going to happen exactly on the full moon? No, I'm not saying that. Could it? Of course, anything's possible, okay? I won't say that it can't, because why? Because I'm not God, right? I'm not spirit. I'm not the divine. But there is this energy of like, there is a wish fulfillment. When this comes in though, that's going to be dependent on your own unique situation, your own timeline, okay? But it feels like regardless of when this wish fulfillment comes in, there is fresh energy. It's very creative, it's very passionate. There's a real sense of higher levels of self-confidence, higher levels of self-worth. A lot of you have been shedding the old you. When we think of the Scorpio full moon, we think of death, we think of rebirth, we think of transformation, we think of the snake shedding the skin. We think of the caterpillar going into the cocoon, coming out the butterfly, right? There is a shedding of the old you and you're coming into something so much more new. And you've got that new spark, you've got fresh energy around you. The stars are aligning. I keep hearing that. The stars are aligning. With this full moon though, make a wish. Make a wish, okay? Make a wish. Asking yourself, what is it that I want to create? If you're feeling like there's still some things you need to release, then write that out. What do you need to release? Feel free to go ahead and burn that on the full moon. Again, only if it's safe to do so, because I mentioned that in another pile as well. Okay, I'm hearing that song by Miley Cyrus, Flowers. Okay. This is like a celebration of self. it's like I I feel like there's like a real deep healing that has taken place, or you will just feel this real sense of like a very, very, very deep healing with something. And again, like you've got that pep in your step again. You feel good. That spark's been relit. You're feeling really good about yourself. You're buying yourself flowers. Could also be a message to go ahead and go and buy yourself some flowers, or pick out some flowers from the garden or something, and put them into a beautiful vase at home, and just put them somewhere that you see them and they make you smile. Like it's that type of energy. Do something to celebrate yourself, okay? Also, with this full moon, you're replacing self-doubt with self-confidence. So even if it's like the full moon comes and you're not feeling super confident, it's like use this massively transformative Scorpio full moon to transform and alchemize your self-doubt into self-confidence. Okay, so look at different ways that you can do that and how you can work with the energy of the moon. Is there something that they can do to help with that? Okay, do either some journaling or visualization around the version of yourself, okay, which exists and which you will step into, the version of yourself that is full of self-confidence, okay, doesn't have any self-doubt, has so much confidence in themselves, their abilities, and just a lot of self-love and high levels of self-worth, okay, high levels of self-worth as well. Following your passions too, okay, following your passions as well will bring about a really beautiful glow. And when you're glowing, and I mean like on the inside out, you're going to attract all the right people, all the incredible opportunities, the beautiful divine connection you've been wanting, the soul family you've been wanting to call in, of aligned souls that have your back, that are there to support you. It's a beautiful soul family energy there as well. It's like you're attracting all of this to you through just lighting, just being so lit up about your passions, okay? Or just feeling very passionate, okay? Feeling that beautiful passionate energy, having that fire within that is just like coming out into your space around you. Your aura is like just completely sharing that beautiful energy with the world, and it's attracting all the right people, okay? But the stars are aligning, guys. The stars are aligning for you. All right, let's go into the Heal Yourself deck, and we're going to grab something that either, see what card comes out that will either add to the story here or complement the cards, or that will, or that is something that you need to release with this full moon, okay? So whatever Spirit decides to bring out here. First, pile number 3, please. You're releasing the procrastination. You're no longer doubting yourself, or you're soon to no longer be doubting yourself, your gifts, your abilities. You are going to claim your spot in the world. You're not going to sit on the sidelines. You're going to be the main character in your life, okay? You're the main character in your life. You're going to claim that spot. You're going to claim that spot. What we have that's jumped out, though, is the Phoenix rising. Woo! This card came out in the full moon workshop I did for my members within my membership. And the messages that came through for the full moon in Scorpio were just incredible. And so I'm loving to see this here that's come out for pile number 3 for you guys. The Phoenix rising. The being reborn from the ashes. The coming alive. The becoming the butterfly. The shedding of the snake skin. And just being like being reborn. But it's the Phoenix rising. It's if you've been feeling at a time of if it's been hard for you, right? Because I do have the star here that came out for you guys, which is the star in tarot. And the star in tarot, when it comes out in a reading, it tends to come out after a period of hard times or after a period of difficulty, okay? And it comes out as a way to say everything's okay, everything's healing on such a deep level. It's a very beautiful card to receive. It does also represent that wish fulfillment energy too. But the star does tend to come out after a really difficult period or what feels like a difficult time. And then so to bring that then with the Phoenix rising is pure magic. Okay, that is pure magic. That is beautiful energy to see here. So I just feel for you guys for this full moon is like, let what needs to be shared to be shared. Let the self-doubt go. Let the old ways of being when you were living life through more of not very high levels of self-worth, right? Through more of the insecurities, through the fears, through the feelings of not being good enough. Letting all of that shed, letting all of that go with this full moon. And, sometimes that comes in layers, but it's like letting it go and alchemizing and becoming the phoenix rising and becoming that main character in your life, the feeling of joy, the feeling of gratitude, the feeling of high levels of self-worth, of confidence, of self-confidence. So just feeling really good, feeling like that again, like there's that pep in your step, okay? You're feeling really good about yourself in many different ways. That's the phoenix rising. The phoenix rising appears after there is a burning to the ground of everything, including ourselves, into the ashes, and then being reborn from there. Being reborn from there, stronger, healthier, more confident, more powerful, more connected to ourselves and to spirit, to the intuition, to the divine. Full of so much wisdom, because you don't go through a phoenix rising, right? The death and the rebirth, which is Scorpio. You don't go through that and go into the ashes and be reborn from there. Okay, I kind of just forgot what I was saying there. My mind's just slipped. But basically, what I'm going to say here is the phoenix rising. It's like there is great transformation, great change. And we see that the stars are aligning. And if you're not feeling great, you will be feeling great. Okay, you're going to start to feel that. Do some work around this Scorpio full moon if you want to. This is all an invitation. It's always an invitation. You do what feels good and best for you. But if you want to do some work around this full moon, I would recommend, again, like I said, like with the journaling and the visualization of that version of you that is full of that self-confidence, such levels of high self-worth, all of that. But also saying, oh, that's beautiful. I like that. Okay, that's beautiful. If you want to, write a letter to say goodbye to the old version of you, okay? Because you are the phoenix rising, you are shedding, you're being reborn. So write a letter to say goodbye, to thank and honor that version of yourself. Because without that version, you wouldn't be getting to the next one, right? And all the past versions before. So show gratitude and thanks and love to that version of yourself, and you will, and just say goodbye in the most beautiful way. And I would recommend burning that. If you cannot burn, then I recommend running it under like warm water and then tearing it into small pieces and then throwing it in the bin. But if you can, burning, and only if it's safe to do so. That's number 3, power number 3. Gorgeous, amazing, beautiful, and just, yeah, gorgeous energy for you guys. So that is the end of this pick a pile. Feel free to let me know if the messages resonated with you. Have a really blessed and beautiful full moon in Scorpio.